Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's the Master Gamer giving you a brand new video. And in this video, we're going to be helping you out with the new House Rules playlist for this week on Madden 19. You are only allowed to pick stock plays on offense. No audibles, no hot routes. There's only two things you can do on offense outside of picking your play. Motion and its hot route. And I think I have the best possible playbook for you to be in to take advantage of this rule set and help you win all 6-year games and get the best rewards possible. But anyways, let's get right into the video. So the playbook that we're going to be in is going to be the Arizona Cardinals playbook, and that's because of the amount of formations you can go to that have very versatile stock plays, whether it be deep corners, posts, streaks, as pull routes. Again, you have to remember that you can motion on these plays. However, if you want to block, you're going to have to max protect. You can't individually block a running back. Be aware of that. Now I'm going to go over the formations that you can use in this playbook as an offense for this mode. And we're going to start off with single back wing tight. Now the thing about single back wing tight is it has a dive and a toss that are both very good. Some of the best runs in the game is this dive and this toss. They're just very good runs overall. They're not nothing too crazy, but just very solid. So getting right into it, what are the passes you're going to want to look out for? Well, PA counter waggle has a post that you probably don't need a pull route for, a deep corner, and a stock drag. Very good. Not to mention, PA dive, again, very good. The thing that you'll notice about PA dive is it has, again, a streak. You can motion over that streak and use it as a pull route for either your post or your deep corner routes, letting them get wide open against cloud flats. If they go in user one, you throw to the other. It's very simple. Having the ability to have a pull route that you can move across the field, get other routes open, is very important in a mode like this. Moving on, you got to play like PA wide drag wheel. It's not the best in this formation because, again, you don't have a pull route really here. So it's going to be kind of hard, but it is there. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. You do have PA misdirection, but again, you don't have a pull route, so it's going to be very hard. You can try using that solo side receiver on that little angle route. I don't really know what to call it. You can motion that over. For the route, you have a stock drag and a hitch, so you can kind of work with it. However, it's not the best play in the world. And you do have PA roll LT. That's going to be to the left. I'm going to assume LT is left. And then you do have mesh. You have a stock in route and two drags, a hitch that you can work with. Obviously, it's a 5-out play, so it isn't ideal, but you can work with it. Moving on, we're actually going to have single back wing stack. Again, another very good formation. You have a halfback dive, which is good. Curl post drag is a very solid 5-out play as long as you get time in the pocket. Double corner, very good to utilize with motion. Moving on, we have PA wide drag wheel. And this is the better PA wide drag wheel. All the stock routes complement each other very well. It'll be very good for you as a stock play. 4 verticals and under. Again, 2 very solid stock plays that you just kind of call and you snap the ball, and that's all you got to worry about. Just getting to line of scrimmage, snap the ball. And then you do have the option of PA power up and power up, but I don't think that's very good. You really just want to stick with those 5. So it's curl post, double corner with the motion. You're going to want to motion on this play. I am curious, you can motion over in a couple other plays, but you kind of have to wing it. That's really the best way to say it. Maybe PA fork, you motion over that out route, make it into an in route, you have a post and an in with a kind of a max protect setup. I don't know, you kind of want to mess with it. Some of these things you just kind of have to feel out. Again, a lot of people aren't going to have reps against the things that you're playing with, so they're not really going to know what to expect. A lot of times you can catch them with one motion here and one motion there for a play, and you'll be okay because you have so many different things to go to. So that's all the single back. It's, again, single back wing stack, which is the 8th formation, and the first formation, which is single back wing tight. Moving on, we're going to actually go to pistol bunch tight end. This is something that people have been at least familiar with for a couple of years now, and if you've been playing MUT at all. In this playbook, you only really have 2 options. It's spot option and cross drag. Cross drag has a deep crosser. It's got 2 drags and you know, the in route. And sorry, I forgot to mention verticals. So you have, again, spot option, cross drag, verticals. You're going to want to motion this outside receiver. So we're actually going to get to the line of scrimmage real quick just to show you guys that you're going to motion this outside receiver every single play. Fitzgerald in this case, and just motion snap him to the outside. So that's going to give you a much better spacing window to be able to throw the in route against hard flats. If they're playing vertical, if you're in verticals, you're going to motion out that wheel route and maybe you can open on the sidelines. Obviously, you have the crosser and the 2 drags. But again, it's just a very solid stock play, and it's plays that complement each other well. I don't think I have them in audibles. Oh, there's verticals, so I can kind of show you here. Again, don't forget that running back route is out there. And it's just a very nice quick cut. If they're using the post, you have that, or you can throw that wheel route. It's just a very nice complement of 3 plays. Not to mention you do have that zone option, which is in there as well. Throw that wheel on the sideline. There's a decent amount of things you can do with it. I'm not going to go into too much depth on all these plays, because I just want to show you guys the plays to call. Once you get to the line of scrimmage, once you get into game, you'll really be able to see how much you get to work with. Which again, I want to show you guys the plays that you should be calling and the plays that you can call to hopefully win as many games as possible, get that 6-game win streak, earn your Team of the Year players. Now in shotgun, first formation, split close, again, another very popular formation for years. It's going to continue to be in this mode. Double ends is going to be a very good play. Power O, obviously. Fullback inside, again, good for years. Plays like wide receiver corner, not as much, but if they're playing a lot of hard flats, you might want to mix it in and just motion out that be an outside receiver. Similar for a play like double ends, you're going to want to motion that outside receiver. And even a play like close halfback wheel, you're going to want to motion that outside receiver. So I'd recommend doing that on every play in this formation. Similar to pistol bunch tight end, motion the outside receiver out. And that's all you got to do. So it's halfback wheel, it is wide receiver corner, fullback inside, power O, and double ends. Those 5 plays. Moving on, one formation over, we have gun ace slot offset. Another one that's been pretty popular for years. Plays you're going to be looking out for, obviously inside zone, that's a big one in this mode. You're going to be looking out for the halfback trap. You're going to be using plays like smash, and the best one of all is going to be post. Again, you've seen it for years. Post is back in this mode, and that's for sure. You have the corner route, the angle route, the post. You can motion over that corner route and make it into a post across the field, so you kind of have a deep crosser, while it also pulls for your corner route on the right side of the field, in case they're playing hard flats. And a mix-in that I've seen a decent amount, and I was trying a little bit, was X-Spot, having that corner on the slot receiver and the post from the right tight end is very good, and then you put a playmaker on your outside receiver, so you can kind of playmaker him to the right and make the user choose. Do you want to cover the post, or do you want to cover the underneath guy? And that's what they're going to have to do. Those are the plays I've been really liking in this formation, but we're not done yet. There's a few more formations, actually, and that's part of why I'm choosing this playbook to show you guys and run, hopefully, in this mode. Hopefully have success, that is. Gun tray, there is fake screen halfback wheel. Or not halfback wheel, but fake screen wheel. Sometimes you can still catch people lacking and get that wheel wide open. I wouldn't recommend it too much, but maybe once or twice a game you can kind of catch your opponent, and that's alright. Now, the final main formation that I would recommend going to is going to be bunch halfback strong. Great formation. Great formation for this mode, and I'll tell you why. You have plays like bunch shot, and when you get your two playmakers on the bunch side, which is what I'm going to recommend, you want 2 playmakers in this mode, for sure, minimum. And in this formation, you get a playmaker at the top of the bunch and the right of the bunch, and you are set. Here you can see, PA bunch shot. You gotta drag a crosser, post. If they're coming out in cover 0, you have the post, the crosser, and the drag. If they're trying to use both the drag and the crosser, you playmaker it. It's a very good play for this mode. Highly recommend calling it. D-spot gives you a deep corner option, a playmaker route, and a post. Very good. Again, very, very, very good. Moving on, Y trail gives you a short corner option, gives you a stock drag, it gives you a shallow post. It's going to be a cover 3 beater if they're not adjusting. Again, very solid play. Another play you're going to want to look out for is actually going to be bench pivot. And I'm going to show you guys right here why. If they're coming out in a cover 2 lit sort of look, you have to remember that this is an ISO receiver on the left. Which means that cloud flat is actually going to man up, leaving a route like an in route wide open. Now, in this case, the hook zone is actually going to be in a relatively good spot. But a lot of times they're using him, they're blitzing him. But again, that in route is going to do a very good job against the man coverage. Here, it's kind of a funky example. It's against no adjustments right now. I only have one controller plugged in. But it is going to be very good for that, and it's not going to be something they're really expecting. Again, this is a very kind of weird example, so it's going to look kind of weird there, but I just want to show you that the Cloud Flood is manning up. That's really what I want to show you. And this is probably your best option to counter that. If you do want to change that and you don't want that Cloud manning up, all you got to do is just motion over the running back, and it won't be an ISO anymore. So as you're going to see, he won't man up anymore. You see how he just kind of follows behind it because he's now in a Cloud flat. Well, actually, there he's a soft squat. Yeah, just be aware of that. If you're in this formation, you don't want the man up, just motion over the running back, you'll be all right. The last couple things I want to get to, I've kind of rushed this because, you know, there's a lot to get through. Verticals, another, just good play. Especially in this formation, the spacing's pretty decent. You know, classic vertical setup, motion at the wheel, snap the ball, boom. And that high ball didn't go through, but it's all right. You kind of get the point. Verticals, very solid stock play. You can always do this, throwing the seams. It's for verticals. A Madden staple. Probably always will be. Verticals is verticals. Let's see if we get the high ball off this play. We did. Boom. Absolute laser. 20 yards. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much all there is to it. The only thing that I do want to show, and I really do want to point out, is this inside zone is very good. It's something that is definitely worth mixing in with your Todd Gurley's, with your Saquon Barkley rookie Kamirs, with your Ricky Williams. You want to mix in this inside zone, and really inside zone in general in this mode is going to be very good because they can't shoot the gap. So again, there's obviously going forward, but then do this. Oh, that was a very bad spin. We're actually going to spin backwards into the blockers. That way we have good blockers. David Johnson is not the best spinner in the world, is what I'm noticing. But that's all right. He's probably just one cut. Oh, we are getting shed to death right now. I forgot that the Cardinals O-line is not incredible. We just chose them for the playbook. But yeah, that's really what you're going to see as you cut upfield, as you cut backwards. A lot of times you're going to get very good blocking. They're going to be trying to play run defense to the front side, and then you cut it backside, and they're in a really kind of tricky spot. And that's really all there is to it. That's the majority of the book. That's what you're going to want to run. Obviously, you know, you still have to call the right plays. You got to call the right plays at the right times. But there are better plays than others. There's much better plays than others, to be honest. And those are the ones that I showed. You might want to mix in a couple things here or there. Maybe you want to mix in a little bit of gun tight. That would be okay. Obviously, play like Zona Z spot's always been very good. Bench has always been very good. Zona seams, plays like that. P zone across, I would avoid. In the end, I mean, that's all there really is to it. Gun spread, again, another one where there's a lot of these plays that you can kind of mix in. They're not the best, but they're workable. That's kind of how a lot of this mode plays, is not the best, but workable. Make the right reads. Again, your opponent is going to give you the ball, so you don't have to play over aggressive. Just don't throw picks, get pick sixes, run the ball, throw the clock, win the game, get your team of the year, Nat player, and I hope that player is Tyreek Hill for you. As always, hope this video helped you out. It's been the Master Gamer, and I'm out.